Hello and welcome to another episode of Rage Across Scotland. So tonight we have Zahara and Andre are heading to on a meeting with the dragon. So what do you guys do to prepare?
Get a fuck ton of bacon. That is the first thing that happens. If Zahara wants to come with, Andre will instruct Zahara that she also needs to get bacon. They need a lot of bacon.
She would have done her best to try and get bacon.
Okay. Does Andre have eidetic memory?
No.
Okay. Yeah. You guys are able to gather a sizable amount from like people. You have to promise some people some favors to get access to the sept like lard, but you're able to take some of the spare bacon and any ingredients Andre might need, and you guys are able to gather that up. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. And then do you guys head out?
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm just getting used to my sheet again.
I gotcha.
I regret taking that down. Resources is science, right? Okay. Once they get everything ready, they will put at least Andre will put each of the strips of bacon that he makes into Ziploc bags, and all of the Ziploc bags will go into one massive duffel bag.
Okay.
Which Andre will carry with his muzzle since they're going to be running through the forest.
Sahara will offer to put it all in her satchel, which is a spider's satchel, so it just turns into a patch of fur when she shifts forms. So it wouldn't be a hindrance to either of them.
Just as good.
So yeah, you guys are able to do that pretty easily. And then, yeah, you can head out to the forest. When you guys get there, it's about an hour's run. You guys go in the Tellurian, I presume.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when you guys get there, it's not quite dark out. It's probably about dusk, I'd say. And the trees are kind of gently waving in the wind. There's obviously snow on the ground, but it hasn't snowed in a few days, so the snow is kind of compacted. And you can see a man just sitting up on the edge of a little spur of the cliff up high on the mountain.
Is it the same red-haired dude that was Abeloth when he switched form?
Yeah, it's a blue. Cause he's up. It's very up towards the very top of the mountain. You can't tell from this distance.
Keep walking then.
Okay. No, it's the same mountain that he came out of.
Okay.
So. Yeah. Able to head up the mountain.
Mm-hmm.
So when you guys get there, you see Abeleth just kind of sitting there off the edge, hanging his feet off the edge of the cliff. He just smiles. You guys, good to see you.
Andre will relax to Hamid since he's not sure if Abeloth can understand wolf speak. Say, good evening. True to our deal, I have brought you an offering.
He'll kind of just look at you guys over. I hope you didn't eat it.
Oh, of course not.
Oh. Zahara will shift from Lupus into Hamid and take off her satchel, pull all the bacon out, and hand it to him.
He'll take like as much as he can carry, and then he'll just head into the cave, and he'll just come on, come inside. It's nice and warm in here.
Yeah, so Andre will follow.
I'm presuming Sahara follows as well.
She will, though she'll probably shift back into Lupus.
Okay. So you guys go into this cave, probably about 20, 30 feet back, and there's a bend that Abeloth goes around. And when you go around it, you see, because it's been just a nice natural cave, a little bit damp, but when he turns, you see a metal door set into the mountain with like a combination lock on it. And he goes up to it and balancing the bags of bacon in his arms, he puts in a combination, and the door just slowly opens inward. And just go, come on. As he kind of gestures with his head and walks in.
Nice place you got.
Thank you. When you go through the nice, like, it's a hallway, but it's like the kind of hallway you'd see in a very nice, large home. You can see there's some stairs heading down, which you can see at the bottom. You can just barely see this big, luxurious-looking rug. You can see the bare edge of it. You can see a kitchen directly to the front, which is where Abeloth's heading. To the right, the hallway goes forward a little bit and then opens into this massive library. Like, it is probably about a good 100 feet up. Goes about 100 feet up.
Mm-hmm.
And it's stacked with books and bookshelves. To the right, past the stairs, is another door. And then it kind of cuts off where you can't see anymore before the kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah, he's heading to the kitchen.
Are we supposed to follow him into the kitchen, or are we just supposed to wait where we're at?
He gestured for you guys to follow him, so.
Okay. Follows into the kitchen.
It's a really nice, industrial style kitchen. Everything is stainless steel or chrome. And he goes to the large fridge, and he opens it up and starts putting bacon in, while leaving out 3 bags.
As he looks around this very industrial and very modern setup that Abeloth's got going on, Andre will just kind of say, So you must have had a hell of a good plumber.
He'll just chuckle. It's amazing the things one can do when people think they're working on a wilderness conservation project. And he just chuckles.
Okay, that's what you got going on. All right.
Well, that's what the humans think they're doing.
Hmm.
It's very easy to cast glamour over their eyes, so they're seeing one thing and doing another. Well, I'll admit I'm not as skilled at it as some. As he's just humming merrily, getting out like some stuff to make salad. Oh, sit, make yourself at home. He just kind of waves at you guys.
I never would have thought that a dragon would have had a kitchen this nice.
He just kind of continues humming, and after a moment says, well, you know, when you're immortal, you kind of got to have all the necessities. And, well, you tend to like the finer things in life.
I suppose. Yes. I don't know. I thought the finer things in life would be sitting next to a. Oh, never mind. Different views on things.
He nods. And he just points out, well, if you guys want, we can go in the library after I finish making some food and talk over what you guys want to discuss. There's a nice fireplace in there.
Sure. I don't mind.
Okay. And after about 10 minutes, he loads up a plate with a big bowl of salad and some of the heated up bacon and leads you guys into the library. You guys weave through about 20, 30 feet of bookshelves before you come to this nice little sitting area with fairly nice plush chairs or seated around a roaring fireplace with little tables set up, and he just gestures for you guys to take a seat wherever.
No, Andre will go ahead and take a seat.
Yeah, she's still in lupus, so she'll just kind of sit down towards the side. Well, near a chair, the side of the chair. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he'll just kind of look back and forth between the two of you as he's making a little plate of food. Oh, help yourself. So, what did you guys want to know?
Well, I personally was very curious about your brother.
Of course. What are you curious about? Other than the fact that he's the idiot of the family.
Well, you said he was up in the Isle of Skye, right?
Yes, that's where I last encountered him. And I have little reason to think that he would change his roosting location.
Do you have any idea how long he's been there? How long that he's called that place home?
He sighs and kind of looks up as he chews a bite of bacon chopped over salad. Swallows. Says, well, let's see. Last time I encountered him there, humans were still discovering electricity. I know he moved there some time during the Middle Ages. So yeah, I'd say a couple 100 years.
All right.
He takes another bite of his salad.
Does your brother have the same abilities that you have?
Most of them, although a lot of my more innately magical uh, powers he never really focused on. He was always the brute of the family.
Oh, sorry, out of character. Can you say that one more time for me? My bad.
He said he was always the brute of the family. He didn't train in a lot of the more overtly magical things.
Well, that can either be a very good thing or a very bad thing.
He nods his head. Good as in if you go to kill him, you're probably not going to face many glamours. Bad as in he's probably a lot more ferocious in a one-on-one fight than I am.
Exactly.
Right. Is there anything to your knowledge that he's either vulnerable to or something that can be exploited in case worse comes to worst?
Thinks over a bit. Well, there's gold. That's always a good thing, but he's been tainted for so long, I'm not certain that would hold any sway. You could probably tempt him or distract him with a couple of maidens. I know he always had a fondness for virgin maidens. He was one of those teenagers of our as our kind counted that would be terrorizing middle-aged villages and kidnapping their women, or depending on the dragon, their menfolk.
Good to know dragons don't discriminate.
He kind of chuckles. Yeah. Although most of those ones, well, I pity the poor humans. Those dragons were not the brightest nor the best of our kind.
Andre will nod. So you don't think that, and I apologize if I stereotype, you have a pretty good idea that he likely doesn't have the greed that some members of your kind have been thought to have.
He kind of takes another bite, chews it. He has a very thoughtful expression on his face as he chews his bite and swallows. Well, I'd say he probably doesn't have the compulsion. That's the thing a lot of the more innately magical ones of us have. It's entirely possible that you could still sway him with greed, with gold and the like, if he's such a self-centered creature. But your best bet is probably going to be to avoid being found in the first place.
Andre will nod.
He kind of takes another bite. So, you are interested, you're perhaps thinking of going to attempt to bar his lair.
Not me.
Hmm.
Others.
Pardon my question, my rudeness, but I hope there's a good reason they're trying to enter his lair. It's not, as much as it might seem, one of the great glorious battles of knights against dragons in the past. If you want those, you'll have to talk to the fair folk.
Oh God. All right. Andre is saying he's thinking, trying to make sure, he's covering all his bases so we can get the information he needs to get to Rana and them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Zahara's just kind of sitting there. She's paying attention, but she looks a little weirded out at the fact that he's eating salad.
That he's being
He'll kind of just. Oh, sorry.
wait. That he's being what now?
That he's eating salad.
Oh, yeah, it's no big.
Oh, she just finds it curious. That's all. She's just kind of watching him eat.
To be fair, Andre is all kinds of what the fuck right now too. But
He's just kind of looking back and forth between the
Like
two of you.
Andre's staying pretty stone faced, charisma 4, but he's still like, I can't believe this is happening right now. This is my life.
He just kind of looks back and forth at the two of you and then looks at Zahara. What? I like salad. I mean, if you live for a couple thousand years, you get really tired of meat all the time.
She'll just kind of tilt her head up to the side, not, and then say, "Why would you ever tire of meat?"
He kind of like puts his fork down because there's only so many ways you can cook meat. I mean, I'll admit, he gestures his head towards Andre. He came up with a pretty good combination that I haven't tasted before. But it gets boring after a couple centuries.
Well, I suppose when you live that long, yes. But for someone like me, we don't live that long. So,
He kind of nods thoughtfully. I suppose. I see your point. However, and he kind of points to the beanie. I also have to keep up the hipster vibe.
hipster? What's that?
He chuckles. He chuckles. I'll leave that one to your sept mates to explain to you.
She'll look over to
Andre.
yeah, Andre. Yeah, she'll look over to Andre and just kind of tilt her head to the side.
I'll explain to you when we get back to the Sub-Sahara and be all right.
Okay, thank you.
He'll kind of just like gesture at the plate. Feel free to help yourselves, by the way.
Why the fuck not? Andre will grab a piece and eat that. He looks very nostalgic as he does it.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? No, not nostalgic. Sad.
He'll just watch you guys eat and just be very quiet, very thoughtful.
Yeah, Zahara will grab a few strips and munch on them.
Okay.
Anyway, in the event that my friends do get found out, any advice other than run away as fast as humanly possible? Or superhumanly possible?
Well, if you can, if you have the time, you might have some weapons in this horde you can use to fight him, but there's no guarantee on that. Especially as such potent artifacts, no doubt be kept very close to his sleeping room.
All right. Now, just in case, I don't know why they would end up ever talking to him, but if they ever talk to him, is there anything that riles him up?
Not being respectful. I'd also advise that if they do have to talk to him, don't talk to him in your human forms. He detests humans.
Okay. Easy enough.
At this point, you hear the little pitter patter of feet, and three cats, two tabbies and one mottled, slink up the stairs and head straight over to Abaleth. One of them jumps in his lap and starts eating the bacon off his plate, and the other two go and start curiously sniffing Zahara.
She'll look at them and sniff them. And kind of
They don't seem afraid of her. That's the weird thing.
kind of like gently you know, I guess play with them would be the right way to say it, because she'll just kind of pat them around gently.
Okay. They'll very happily play with Zahara.
She'll probably start playing with the cats then.
Okay.
As she's playing with them and probably rolling all over the floor, being careful not to injure them in any way, she'll look over at Dragon.
Andre?
Yeah, no, the dragon guy.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
forgetting all the
Aboleth.
name. Aboleth.
I'll put these names in the side chat so you remember them.
Thank you, because I've got other names in my head at the moment. Because, and she'll say, what are their names?
They haven't decided that for themselves yet.
Okay, I can understand that.
I should probably explain these aren't, well, they're kind of my kittens, but they're not really. So I'm just kind of babysitting them for right now.
Babysitting them for who?
Their mama. You don't want to mess with her. She's big and nasty.
Well, obviously, I wouldn't want to mess with her or injure the kittens.
At this point, one of the kittens just jumps up in Andre's lap and starts purring and like rubbing against his side.
Oh, I think that one likes you, Andre.
That was surprising. I'm not the most likable guy. He'll say sarcastically as he pets the cat.
So Aboleth will just kind of chuckle and go back to eating his salad. Any other questions you had?
Going to be an odd question, but someone specifically asked me to ask you this. Does he like steak?
He kind of blinks. I wouldn't say steak. I mean, he's a meat eater almost exclusively, but I wouldn't say like steak in specific.
That does give me an idea.
He kind of chuckles. Ah, yes. Mortals with ideas. Those are always very interesting.
Worst comes to worst, we blow something up. Hopefully not. That would be bad.
Oh, sorry, what was that? Sorry, out of character, I keep having to write stuff down.
Oh, you're good.
She just said, worst comes to worst, they might blow something up. Hopefully not, because that would be really bad.
Okay. Andre will say. No, he won't say this, although he does. His brain is working.
After a few moments, she'll look over at oh Jesus,
Which one, Dragon or
Avalon,
Andre?
yeah, Avalon,
Yeah.
and say, I know we got off to a rough start considering I sort of bit you a lot. And I'm sorry about that, by the way. I should have not allowed my head to control my actions. I should have tried to speak with you first. I take responsibility for that. But I am curious as to if you would be able to teach me more of your kind. Maybe any sort of things you could do if that makes sense. I'm not sure if you are similar to us and have gifts and rights. And even if you do, even if I have no idea if I would be able to learn them or not, but I would be interested in learning more of your lore.
He kind of shrugs. I don't really blame you. Most people, when they see a dragon, they're either going to run or fight. You guys were just the rare ones who decided to fight.
I mean, we're a
As
little
for
stubborn. I don't think we would have run.
he chuckles,
Not sure if that's stubborn or stupid, but either way.
he just nods. As for your inquiry, it's definitely possible that I would like to learn more of your people as well. I've learned a lot of the Garu over my years of life, but I'll admit I haven't kept up with the details of the nation since thinks back. Well, I think the last Garu I spoke to before you was what was his name? I believe it was Iron Shell of the Crotan tribe. So I'll admit I'm a bit out of date with the modern happenings of the nation.
She'll nod. That's perfectly fine. Knowledge for knowledge. That is something I can accept.
He'll nod. He'll look over to Andre. Is there anything else you needed to know?
Aside from, well, the normal offerings and, well, his appetite, what else does, or did, he enjoy? I mean, after all, not this. I figure he must have, if not something similar, then a parallel.
My brother, he was always the more bestial of the family. He took after our father. I expect him to have a hoard and a cave, yes, but don't expect anything as nice as this. He's more of a, as he thinks, a Puritan. I'd imagine there'd be quite a bit of traps. You could possibly impress him with displays of cunning, but considering he fell to the worm, it's not likely that he'd still be conscious enough to appreciate them. But it's possible.
All right.
Although I did notice you didn't answer my question earlier. Is there something on that island or people are looking for in specific?
Oh, I'm sorry about that. It's another group, and unfortunately, I don't know very much about it. I know that all I know is that it's some sort of object that they need to get.
Hmm. Did they possibly tell you what it was, what kind of object it was? I might be able to help.
Hey, Joey, Andre would probably remember. I don't. That was a
Yeah, I believe Rona did mention it was a cup.
yeah, it was something like that. Yeah, Andre will say it was. I believe it was a kind of cup, maybe a chalice.
Yeah, thanks. There's a couple of items that could fit. Any idea what it's supposed to do? And out of character, it's she told you that the moot leaders have to drink from it,
Okay.
but I believe that's all she said.
Yeah. Andre will say then. I'm not sure of the exact purpose. However, I do know that our leaders are supposed to drink from this cup. I'm not entirely sure what it does. If I remember correctly, I believe it was to satisfy some sort of deal.
With Luna out of character.
Oh, okay. Sorry, bro. It's late for me.
You're good. It's late here too. Okay, 10.
Thank you. Because, yeah, no, Andre would definitely remember it was a plus from Luna.
Okay, he's got to make a thing. He looks kind of thoughtful. Yes, I believe I know what they're referring to. It's an old fetish that, if I remember correctly, was stolen during. Oh God, when was that? He thinks for a moment. Well, that was several centuries before recorded history, at least recorded by humans. During the last major conflict between my people and yours. If I remember correctly, it had some sort of immensely powerful bear spirit inside it, and it could heal anyone or anything. I seem to remember your people used it to bring their greatest heroes back when we killed them.
Andre will nod. Makes sense as to why they'd send a group into something so dangerous.
Indeed, for such a powerful and ancient artifact. Although, if the tales are true, the Fae reclaimed it for a few centuries. So it may possibly have been in some way tainted. Perhaps that is why our spirit patron decided to ask them to retrieve it.
Yeah, and something that powerful in a place like that. Yeah, it's better to get that thing out of there sooner rather than later.
He nods. It is kind of curious, though, how my brother came to possess it, although it has been quite a few centuries since we've had any sort of formal organization. He just kind of leans back at this point. He's finished his food and he's just petting one of the kittens on his lap. And just to mention that now that you see them up close, these do appear to be very large kittens. Like they have the kind of the fluffy paws and this clumsiness that you would associate with a kitten.
Do they have stripes or do they have manes?
They have almost manes. You've actually, Andre would never have seen a cat like this before. Now that he's seeing them up close.
So it's not a lion cub.
No, they're not lion or tiger cubs.
Okay.
However, when they look at you, their eyes are bright, startling green.
Are they like savannas?
Not really. Out of character, it's an extinct cat breed.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Kim gets it now.
Kim is like really tired, so she's
Out of character, I think they're called Celican.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the Bastet breed that is from this era, from around like Scotland and like Ireland and shit, and they went extinct like a few hundred years back.
Yep. They're feline kin.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So he's just kind of laying back.
I figure I don't know about Bastet. Okay, well I know about Bastet, but I don't know like the fucking subtle differences. I know this is a Celican king, guys. No.
What you could do is make, I guess I'm not using wars, intelligence rituals roll at diff 7 to identify that, hey, these aren't natural cats.
I can get with it. All right. Woo-wee. These are normal ass house cats.
Kim, your character can also make this roll if she'd like. Now that she's
normal ass house cat. They're just some house cats.
Would my specialty in logical apply?
I'm gonna say for this, I would say yes, because it's pretty logical that these aren't normal house cats.
Okay. Then 3 successes.
Okay. Yeah, you can tell these are not any kind of cat breed that you've encountered, even when near any cities or anything. You do know there are Bastet. You do know there are cat shifters, but you don't know really anything about them.
Okay. We shall kind of look over at Avernus and kind of.
Abilene.
Oh. Oh my god, I'm so tired.
I'm pretty sure Avernus was the name of my fucking.
Oh, that's right.
Character, which
Okay.
I do need to start playing again now that I have more time.
Ain't even lying. Like I've got Mage just stuck in my head at the moment.
You know, we had such a great session last night. I can understand, or today I can understand. God, it's even getting to me.
Yes, suffer. She looked to on Andre. Yes, and pretty much tell him all of that she figured out about the Bastets. And
That definitely sounds more correct than what I was thinking.
what were you thinking?
I thought they were really cute house cats.
Really, they look nothing like an average cat.
I mean, yeah, look at they'll start kind of pointing out all these really weird bullshit things that Sahara knows is the exact opposite of a regular house cat.
But that's not even. Hey, dear.
You know what? You're right. I've already accepted that you're right.
I mean, I'm not really looking to be right. I just wanted you to know that. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, the more you know.
Abeloth is just kind of watching you guys, smiling. In case you were wondering, yes, they are, as they call themselves, Bastet.
Huh. All right.
Although these young ones are fairly unique. He gives the one sitting in his lap an affectionate ear scratch.
Well, I suppose that's something you don't see every day.
Okay, very true.
How'd you? You said their mother gave them to you for babysitting.
Many manner speaking, yes.
Good to know they're still around then.
Yes,
Pretty
with
sure they're still around.
the species is continuing with a little help, and he waggles his eyebrows.
Oh.
Oh, oddly get it after a couple seconds.
It's okay, Kim. We understand.
Andre now permanently, and also by extension, Tim, permanently has the thought of Aboleth in dragon form mounting a Celican in Chatro form.
How obvious is this on his face?
Oh my god.
The Galliard is definitely visualizing, making sense of the idea that has been given to him.
Aboleth will just chuckle and will just pick the kitten up, put it on the chair, and then just stand up. And he will, after a few seconds, kind of glow, and then he's there in a very haughty looking roughly dog sized cat form, just licking his paw and looking at you all.
Okay.
We do know how to transform into more things than just humans, my dears.
Andre will look. Have you ever seen a child when they put a drawing up of their mom and dad and they expect them to be like, oh yeah, we love this. We love you so much. They come in and say, what's this shit? And then they tear it up and they throw it away. That's what happened. that was Andre. Andre with that child. This idea of a dragon mounting a Celican in Chatro was the drawing, and Aboleth was the parents.
Oh my god. I think you hurt his feelings, Aboleth. Look at the face
Like
he's got.
he's just sad, man. Like he thought he had something special, and then it was taken from him.
He just finishes licking his paw and sets down and says, if it makes you feel any better, she did quite like to shape change during. It was very wild.
Yes.
She was almost, you could say, a little bit catty. He
Uh,
looks back and forth between the two of you, waiting for the recognition of the pun.
I never thought a day like this would come when I was speaking of this sort of stuff with a dragon.
He just shrugs and turns back into his human form. That's a surprisingly common theme when I talk to people. Evidently, I'm unique or something, he says as he kind of smooths his hair back.
Everyone's unique in their own special way.
He nods. True.
Well, this has been quite an interesting night.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I haven't had this much fun since. And then he looks at the kittens. I won't finish that thought.
You don't need to.
At this point, you see behind him another person's come up, like dressed in a long overshirt, like an overlong shirt, yawning, and they freeze and they see the three of you.
Wait, there's 3 what?
When they see the three of you,
Oh,
somebody
Avalith,
else.
is this their mother?
No, it's a dude, by the way.
Oh.
Oh.
Sorry, I
Oh.
forgot to mention that.
Yeah, no, because I was like, wait, what?
And Abaleth just kind of blushes and says, I thought he'd be asleep for a few more hours, so that's what I invited you. That's what I didn't say anything. Yeah.
Obviously,
just-
you didn't tire him out enough.
He just chuckles. And then he picks up a remote on one of the tables, presses a button, and a TV, like a panel opens and a TV comes out above the fireplace and just some TV channel turns. He says, I'll go take care of him. You guys watch some TV while I'm gone? And then he like walks off to deal with the other person, who is very confused, you guys can tell. So, yeah, but
I just look at Andre looking super confused.
Oh, wouldn't you know it? Who knew that Abaloth made some tea for everyone that Andre is now sipping?
Wait, I gotta ask. Is Andre sipping the tea with just stroking one of the cats in his lap, just very ominously?
Does he? Wait, is the cat also drinking tea?
No, the cat sitting in his lap. I was asking if he was doing like the sipping the tea while petting the kitten.
Yeah,
Routine.
kinda. That's what's happening right now.
Oh my god. Oh. Yeah.
Why can't we meet him? I have to go. And... She's just muttering to herself, trying to figure all of this out.
At this point, if you look, they're just in the kitchen, and Abel appears to be making coffee. After a moment, he'll just call out, "You guys want any coffee?"
Andre would look at Zahara. You ever had coffee?
I've had it once.
How'd you like it?
It was interesting. I wouldn't mind having some again.
Yeah, I think we'll get some coffee.
He'll throw you like a thumbs up and proceed to make like 2 more cups of coffee. And you see the other guy is still like throwing you guys very confused looks.
Zahara's giving him the confused looks right back.
Andre will just straight out ask, hey, dude, what's up?
He kind of shies away a little bit, like the effect of a human experiencing the curse.
Ooh. All right, he's poop a human. All right.
Yup. And at that point, Abeloth is just grabs him and goes, and just kind of like mutters to him and hands him a couple of 2 cups of tea of coffee as they come back in the room. The guy is very obviously staying on the other side of Abeloth though, as he sets down one of the cups of coffee for Zahara and hands the other to Andre.
Yeah. Yeah, Andre has absolutely no desire to mess with this human, really.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Zahara will pad out of the room to where they can't see her, switch into her Hamid form, come back, and drink a cup of tea or coffee.
The human is apparently very interested, but he's still shying behind Abeloth, who just has like a hand on the guy's like arm. It's not like holding him back. It's more like comforting than anything you can see.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Just continue to sip her coffee and look at the dude.
Yeah. Actually, probably Andre will be kind of further away from the dude. Andre's probably assuming that it's him that's sent this guy off because he does have the highest rage in the room. Unless Zahara bumped hers up ridiculously, and I don't know about that.
No, she's got 2 rage.
Okay, yeah, Andre's rolling with that 4, so yeah.
Damn.
Galliard, yo.
Oh.
After a few moments, Abeloth will just like whisper something to one of the kittens who waddles off and comes back about 3 minutes later with a little amulet and jumps up in Abeloth's lap, which he takes, puts on the human's neck, and the human seems to relax quite a bit.
Okay.
He does end up sitting on Abeloth's lap, though, which looks really funny because the dude's built like a brick house, sitting on the hipster dude's lap.
Mm-hmm.
Zahara will wave at the guy.
He'll very shyly wave back.
There's no need to act so shy. I'm not gonna bite you.
Yeah, I guess.
I am Zahara.
Hi, I'm Mike.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Mike.
Good to meet you too. And he kind of just looks back and forth between Zahara and Andre.
Andre, who I will continue to note this because it is actually important in this setting. Andre's New Yorker American accent. Name's Andre. Nice to meet you, man.
He'll give a little like shy wave again.
So, this is quite interesting.
Yeah, definitely. Not the usual stuff.
Would you like us to leave so that you may have more time with your mate?
The guy turns really red and Abeloth just chuckles. Nah, he'll get used to it. He's a bit thrown off after the last couple of nights. So you guys kind of startled him.
I apologize for that. Seriously.
He just waves his hand. Neither of us thinks anything of it.
Didn't mean to intrude.
They're just both very very calmly smiling.
Andre will look over to Sahara and say, "So, shall we be taking our leave soon?"
She'll nod very quickly. That it might be for the best. If there's nothing else left for us to say, then there's no need to prolong the silence.
Abloth will chuckle. I suppose it's up to you guys. If you ever want to stop back by, just come by. Just make sure you let me know so first.
Actually, is there any way to let you know ahead of time? Anything like
He'll
that?
take a piece of paper and write down a number.
Awesome.
As he turns on The Simpsons for the kittens, we're sitting there. Just all three of them ran together and just are sitting together, raptly watching the TV.
To be honest, Zahara's probably, glancing over at it as well every now and then. Then she'll, look back at Aboleth and say, I know I mentioned earlier about coming here and exchanging knowledge for knowledge. Whenever you believe that would be a good time, just let me know. Or if you have a time in which you would be free, then the exchange of knowledge would be something I would enjoy.
He'll nod. Anytime. And he'll actually fish a little bracelet out of his pocket and throw it to her. You use that to contact me, since I know Wolfborn don't like to use technology as much.
She'll, kind of nod her head thankfully, and it's just a little bracelet, right?
Mm-hmm. It's got a
She'll,
little kind of ornate scarab symbol on it, but other than that, not really much.
she'll look at him and say, "Would this fit with me when I switch forms, or would I have to do that myself?"
You'll probably have to do that yourself, I'd imagine.
Okay, it isn't too hard. Thank you.
You're welcome, and he nods.
Well, I'll leave you to it. Have a good night.
He'll wave and head back to the chair after letting you guys out.
As they walk a ways, start heading out, Andre will look over to Sahara and say, "Sahara,
Yes?
we need to get laid."
That would be fun, yes.
You prefer
So who you gonna... Oh, sorry.
I didn't hear any of that.
Oh, Andre asked, do you like humans or wolves? Or are you one of those people whose sexual orientations is yes?
She'll kind of sit there and think, well, not sit there, but she'll kind of, well, by now she put the bracelet in her bag and she shifted to Lupus, so she's just kind of padding along there. You can clearly see her thinking. And eventually she'll just kind of tilt her head to the side and, yes? I don't know, I haven't done much of that.
We gonna fix that.
Oh my god. She'll just,
Beautiful.
she'll just nod her head. Okay. I suppose it would be good to do that? Learn?
What was that?
She nodded and said, yes, I suppose it would be good to learn and fix that. She sounded like really
Yep.
confused though.
Yep. We're heading to town because, you know, this may be Scotland, but I'm sure that they think that we're some, he'll throw up air quotes, exotic types.
I suppose. Does this mean I would have to put shoes on?
I mean,
Kinda
it might
careful.
not.
I was gonna say, I don't not if they have a good foot fetish.
And he'll continue on and say, technically, if we play our cards right, we won't have to wear anything at all.
That would be preferable. Clothes are annoying and they get in the way.
Yep. Don't worry, we'll work it out.
Okay. Sounds like a good plan. I rarely go into the town on the town, I believe you said.
Yep.
So I will more than likely need help.
And I think there we can end our scene as I start planning this awful, awful bar scene.
All right, so thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. Stay tuned for more, and remember, fuck your guests until they don't wake up early.